Welcome back, friends. It's Anders. Today, I'm gonna talk about the 5 essential tools to up your bar game. A while back, I did a video that was 10 essential tools for your bar, and I stand by that. There's still 10 essential tools, but this is an extension of that. So if you are a bartender looking to up your game, or you have a friend that needs a gift, this is a video for you. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more sips, tips, and recipes, and let's get started. Number 1, the Lewis bag and ice mallet. Now, I know that these are 2 things that I said. You can purchase them as a set, as one, or individually, like I did. Let's start with the Lewis bag. A good Lewis bag is gonna be thick canvas, and you want canvas because it's gonna wick away the moisture, the water from the crushed ice, so that you don't end up with a really cold soup. And you want one that is sturdy. I like this one by Sip because it is triple stitched on the seams. The seams are gonna be the weak point because you're gonna be banging away on this thing. And it also has a nice little loop so you can hang it up to dry because it will get wet. As for the mallet, I'm using Visky, which is another good brand. And the mallet itself is 100% beechwood. It's really hard and it doesn't splinter. That said, I'm just using this to crush ice. Don't use this to hammer in nails, or I can't guarantee what this thing will do, but it's a good, fun tool. You're gonna want crushed ice for things like tiki drinks. In fact, tiki drinks, it's essential to have crushed ice. For that, you need a Lewis bag and an ice mallet. Number 2, the ice pick. If you are the kind of person who wants to make your own large format ice cubes, you're gonna need an ice pick. Large ice cubes are really good in sipping cocktails, like an old fashioned, and that's because they're gonna melt slower than the smaller cubes. The smaller cubes have more surface area, so they'll melt faster and dilute your cocktail faster. Who wants that? So I've got 2 kinds of ice picks here, both very good, both made by Cocktail Kingdom, and I like them very much. This one is an anvil style. It's nice because it's heavy duty. It feels really solid in your hand, but you have 2 sides. You've got the anvil side, which is used for scoring the ice, so you kind of have a guideline where to chip it, and then the other side is for breaking the ice. It's sharp, strong, pointy, everything an ice pick should be. However, lately I've been using the pitchfork style, where the prongs are all lined up in a row, so if you have a larger block of ice and you start chipping away at it, it's gonna wanna break in a nice straight line, which is really handy. Both of these, very sharp, handle with care, that's for your own safety, and store them away in a specific place where they're safe. They're used for chipping ice, nothing else. I don't even wanna give you any ideas. Just ice picks. Number 3, the peeler. This is something you might already have, and it's a peeler for peeling vegetables and fruit. Behind the bar, I don't really peel vegetables, but I use a peeler because it's really nice to get a nice thin rind, as opposed to using a knife where you can cut into the pith. This is just fast and easy, and I highly recommend having one of these. I use a Y-shaped peeler. Both of these are Y-shaped peelers as opposed to a straight peeler. And what I like about that is I can just apply even pressure across the fruit. Personal preference. Use the peeler you want. 2 brands here. I've got the OXO brand, which has a short, fat handle that fits nicely in the palm of my hand. So it's really easy to control. It also has an eye remover for removing eyes, but not like potato eyes, which I never use because I don't have potatoes at my bar. This peeler, however, is my go-to. And this one is made by Kuhn Rikon. It's a Swiss company. It says Switzerland on it. They make really good peelers. I've had this one for a decade, 10 years, no joke. It's tried and true. It has a really fine serrated edge, which grips the peel as I'm peeling the fruit, and it just has stayed sharp for a decade, so good quality. I'll have links for both of these. Have a peeler. Number 4, the channel knife. This is one that some of you have already asked me about, and I've told you my go-to channel knife, but now everybody gets to learn. The channel knife is really nice to make a long, windy twist. So for garnishing, the channel knife is fantastic. Particularly this channel knife, which is made by Messermeister, which is really fun to say and a solid channel knife. What I like about it, it is a channel knife that has a deep V. So the twists that it makes are really thick and they hold up to me twisting it even further and stretching it out. A lot of other channel knives have a shallow channel, which makes a really thin, fragile twist, and a lot of them are side channels. So the channel, instead of going straight with the handle like this one, would go across perpendicular to the handle. Personal preference, that's just harder to control. It's difficult to keep even pressure on the fruit Whereas a channel knife that's straight like this, I can pinch it with my thumb and I have complete control as I make the twist. So I really like the Messermeister channel knife. It does come in two styles. You can choose. One is a thicker handle and one is a thinner, but really this one is double-sided. So it has a zester on this one side, which I never use. Zesters like this are really difficult for me. So it's just the channel that I like so much. It also has a nice angle. It's just set up to be easy to make a twist. If there's a better channel knife out there, I wanna know about it. But right now, for me, this is the best. Messermeister. Messermeister. Number 5, the microplane zester. I mentioned the channel knife that's double-sided. It's a zester like this, and that's really tricky to use. I don't use that. The microplane zester has a place behind my bar because I like to use it primarily for freshly grated nutmeg, which is wonderful on a cocktail. I also like to grate chocolate on top of dessert cocktails with this thing. And what's really nice is the bits that it makes are really small and thin, so the nutmeg is really fine and the chocolate's really fine, so when I drink it, it doesn't interfere with the texture of the cocktail too much. One that I recommend is made by Microplane. That is the name of the company, so it's really easy to remember. And what I like about it is a few things. One, it's got a nice handle that is easy to control, but it's also a thin, narrow blade, so I can be accurate with my zesting. Look for stainless steel because it'll hold up. Yes, the Microplane zester, very good. Finally, I've got a bonus item. Thank you for making it this far. You get my bonus item, which is the bar mat, just a rubber bar mat. Very simple, but very effective. It gives you a skid resistant work area, and it's kind of ground zero where you're gonna make your cocktails. It has these little rubber nubs that the glass sits on, so if you spill, it contains the spill and pulls it away from the drink. Being rubber, it's also dishwasher friendly, and it's just easy cleanup. I have the smallest one you can have. I can build 1 or 2 cocktails here. If I was building for more people, I would want the larger mat, which would be 12 inches by 18 inches. And that's really nice and really common because you can build a lot of drinks on it. But for this space, I have the small one, but both are very good. I hope this helped. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Cheers.